A lot of action that's happened this last 24 hours. We had Chelsea versus Wolves. We had Manchester United versus West Ham. And then the game of the weekend and possibly even of the season, we had Arsenal versus Liverpool. So let's jump right into it. So let's start in Chelsea versus Wolves. Congratulations to Matheus Cunha with his hat trick. An unbelievable performance by him and an unbelievable result for Wolves indeed, getting that 4-2 win over Chelsea. And honestly, at this point for Chelsea, it's kind of like I feel like I'm a broken record at this point. Constantly giving out disappointing performances, horrendous defense, and Pochettino can't really catch a break. I mean, Chelsea had the strong start in the beginning. They had Cole Palmer scoring the opening goal, and, it didn't really last that much longer when Cunha took his first shot on goal. It took a little deflection, and it went inside as an own goal. But regardless, he could have had 4 goals at this point, Cunha. But it was still an unbelievable performance of him. Chelsea did have a couple of changes to their normal lineup. They had Christopher Nkunku and Malo Gusto coming in for Madueke and Bacciali. And there were just a lot of early chances for pretty much both sides. I mean, after Chelsea were down, after the half, they did bring in Nicholas Jackson to get that equalizer. But then from then on, it was just Wolves' game, in my opinion. There was really no stopping Wolves when you had completed the hat trick with an 82nd minute penalty. After that loss from Chelsea, they dropped down to 11th, which is right below Wolves, and now are on a -1 goal difference, having 38 goals scored, 39 against, sitting on 31 points. Wolves are above them with 32 points. And then Bournemouth are right below Chelsea on 27 points. So they're really chilling on that mid-table spot, but that's not really where they want to be, is it? So what do you think Chelsea need to do to resolve their defensive situation and their just poor run of form? Let's quickly shift to the Manchester United game against West Ham United at Old Trafford. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Manchester United are actually winning games. In the Premier League, this is their 3rd Premier League win in 5 games, and they are undefeated in like the last 7 games. It's actually safe to say now that Manchester United are undefeated in this 2024 calendar year. They have not dropped points to a single team this year. The only result that didn't end up in a loss was against Tottenham Hotspur, where they tied 2-2, and that was back in January 14th. So this is very impressive for Manchester United. This is the United that we all like to see, and especially from 3 key players that have definitely grown within these last couple months. That's Højlund, Garnacho, and Kobbie Mainoo. All really young players. It's honestly very impressive to see these young players kind of grow together, build that chemistry, and just really get better over time. It was actually Rasmus Højlund's birthday yesterday, and he did score on his birthday, giving this great celebration for the fans, and really had an outstanding performance overall. He's had a pretty slow start to the season, only yesterday scoring his 4th goal ever in the Premier League. But after last night's win, he did grow a lot of confidence, and he does seem very happy with the team around him. I could say the same thing for Garnacho. He did have a slower start in the beginning of the season, not really giving a lot of performance or a lot of great performances in the beginning, and that's when they were playing in Champions League and whatnot. But within this last month or so, at least since December, maybe late December after Christmas, he's been giving pretty solid performances. And just yesterday, he scored his 2nd brace of the season. Ten Hag said this at the post-game press conference. He said, and I quote, "I have said before, in the last couple of months, the future of Manchester United is very bright. We have some real high potential. We can play fluid football, speed it up as we need, and defend well. The goals today showed young players with high potential. Every game they are growing and improving and adapting to a higher level. When they enjoy their football, the confidence comes, and you can see the belief is growing." And I completely agree. Like I said, Garnacho and Højlund were really having slow starts at the beginning of the season, but they're starting to gain their confidence back and work together as a team very well. Kobbie Mainoo, ever since he's been coming off the bench, he's always had solid performances in that midfield. It's good to see those performances pay off. Here's a fun fact. It says Højlund, who did not score his first league goal until December 26, became the youngest player in United's history to score in 4 consecutive Premier League appearances. And he just turned 21 yesterday. Incredible performance from Onana as well. He had a lot of really crucial saves, in my opinion. The defense played very well. It was just an all-around good day for Manchester United. I would say the only downside of the night is Lisandro Martinez going down towards the later half of the game, just coming back from an injury. Luckily, it's nothing too serious that can keep him out for the rest of the season. He didn't tear his ACL, but by Fabrizio Romano, he said that the club has confirmed, and all the doctors and specialists said that he will be out for at least 6 to 8 weeks, which is still a long period of time, don't get me wrong, but it's better than for the rest of the season, or even just a long-term injury in general. The Red Devils currently now sit in 6th position with 38 points, just 6th below Tottenham Hotspur, who are in 5th with 44 points. They have a -1 goal difference with 31 goals scored and 32 goals against. But what do you think? Do you think Manchester United could maintain this top 6 position? Do you think that they can qualify or even fight for Champions League qualification with the likes of Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham, Aston Villa? These teams are really having good seasons, so it's going to be tough. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. And now let's move to the game of the weekend, the game of the year, Arsenal versus Liverpool. A lot of people, including myself, have predicted Liverpool to win this game. They've been in such great form recently and everything that's been going on at the club. I think that for sure this would be, just maybe not an easy win, but I think at the end of the day they would have had maybe a 1-0 win, 2-0. But Arsenal flipped the script and come out with a 3-1 victory. And after watching yesterday's game, it was Arsenal's match. That was their match to take. It was their match to win. They wanted it more than Liverpool, and you can just tell by the performances. Just looking at stats really quick, it does say that Liverpool has more possession, 57 to 42. Arsenal had 15 shots compared to Liverpool's 10. Arsenal had 7 shots on target compared to Liverpool's 1. So it just it's more leaning towards Arsenal anyway statistically, but you didn't have to look at statistics to see that this was Arsenal's game and that they were all over the pitch. And honestly, they were the only ones that really scored on both ends. And Liverpool's goal came from an own goal. This is what Mikel Arteta had to say after the game. He said, "It was an extraordinary game, an incredible performance from the players and our people. That's the best atmosphere I've seen all season. We had to go to a different level and connect it again to the demands that this league has. I think the players left absolutely everything. They put their heart and soul on every single ball, and I cannot be any prouder because I know how hard it is to beat this team." Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. Just an absolutely amazing performance from Arsenal. They did have 3 knocks. We had Bukayo Saka, Shevchenko, and Martinelli all came off for potential injuries, and here is an update on that. Arteta says, with Gabriel Martinelli, we expect it to be something that is days. With Alex Shevchenko, we don't know. We had some feeling in his calf again, and we had to take him off. And Bukayo Saka, he should be fine. He got a kick in the ankle or in the back of his foot. He should be fine. So there's nothing really to worry about. The only one we got to really worry about is Shevchenko. It could be something with his calf. But Bukayo Saka says that he's good. With Gabi, everything's all good. So nothing really to worry about there. Biggest mistake of the game is, and I think everybody could agree with me on this one, was Van Dijk's insanely massive mistake. And I don't know if I should blame it solely on Van Dijk, but it was just the communication between Van Dijk and Alisson that really gave away that second goal and really gave Arsenal that confidence they needed, to win the game. And this is what Van Dijk had to say about that goal. He said, "A tough day. I think the 2-1 goal, I take full responsibility for that. That is a big moment of the game. I should have made a better decision. It hurts for me." And like I said, that was a big turning point in the game. After the break, we were so good and had opportunities and were dominant. The atmosphere started to become nervous. The turning point is my responsibility. I should try to clear it. Obviously, these things don't happen too often in my career, but I will recover from this. And it's absolutely right. I mean, Van Dijk really makes very little mistakes. He very rarely has a bad performance. And this is something that will really annoy him, especially because this pretty much resulted this kind of sealed their fate in terms of mind games. I mean, yes, it's a mistake on the field, and yes, it was that goal resulted in a 2-1 advantage for Arsenal, but at the same time, I think, or they were getting in their own heads. The atmosphere, like they said, the atmosphere at the Emirates was really, really getting to them. And so I think after that mistake, they lost the mental game and kind of switched off, and that's where Arsenal really put on the pressure. Liverpool had that red card for Konate, which was it was well deserved. It was a second yellow, well deserved red. They were stopping really an attack, but at the end of the day, just a couple minutes later, they got that third goal, and it didn't really make too much of a difference. So he kind of got that red card for nothing. Nunez didn't start the game, and he came off. And honestly, I wasn't really impressed. I was never really impressed with Darwin Nunez at Liverpool. Sky Sports asked Klopp if it was a mistake benching him, and Klopp said maybe, but I understand it. We did not play enough football, and we were not involved in the game enough. We wanted Trent more on the wing. Would I do it again like that? Yes. So honestly, yeah, he's pretty much saying Darwin didn't start. He didn't play. He came off the bench Was it a mistake not starting him? Maybe, but honestly, it didn't really make a difference. Like I said, I personally, in my opinion, I don't rate Darwin Nunez at all. I mean, at Benfica, he was a beast, but I think playing at Liverpool, I don't know what's happened, but I don't rate him at all. Klopp goes on to kind of complain about the refereeing decisions, about certain yellow cards being given to certain players and not. He says that holding of Havertz on Konate for the first yellow card, and then Havertz goes down after Konate grabs him and then gets his second yellow card. Gabriel did the same thing to Nunez and wasn't given a card. Havertz also made a crazy tackle and didn't get a yellow card. But honestly, I don't know if that really would have changed the game at all. In my opinion, the referee got it spot on, at least for Konate's tackles, and he really can't be upset at that. But I understand the frustration of that consistency not really reciprocating to the other side. Klopp even says that Arsenal deserved the 3 points. They weren't really on their game in the first half. In the second half, like I said, they started to pick it up a little bit. Bit by bit, but it just really wasn't enough. So this is Arsenal's day. Congratulations to Arsenal fans. This is a huge win. You're back in the title race. But now, what does the table look like? So currently, we have Liverpool in first place with 51 points. Arsenal are in that second position with 49 points. However, Manchester City are in that third position, 21 games played, 46 points. So they are 2 games ahead. They are playing later today at 3 p.m. If they win this game, they will go to 49 points. They're going to overpass Arsenal on goal difference if they win. So Arsenal will drop back down to third place, and then if they win again, they will overtake Liverpool and be first place. So it is not over in the slightest. We are still in February. We still have a couple of months before the season officially ends, but the title race is on for Arsenal, City, and Liverpool. Literally, it's anybody's game. Even Aston Villa can be thrown into that, to be honest. Even Tottenham are on 44 points in 5th place, so they're really not that far. They're only 6 points behind first place Liverpool, so it's really anybody's game. I'm really excited to see who's going to win the Premier League this year. It looks like it's going to be a tight race. But let me know who you think will win the Premier League this season. Do you think it's going to be Liverpool? Do you think Arsenal will finally win a Premier League title after how many years? After they probably should have won it last year and fumbled it to City. Do you think City's just going to win again? Do you even think there would be a twist and maybe Aston Villa or Tottenham Hotspur can pretty much, sneak their way up there? But let me know down in the comments down below. If you want my personal opinion, I think if Liverpool doesn't win the league, it's going to be Manchester City. I feel like Arsenal might pull an Arsenal and just kind of fumble at some point and drop points somewhere during the league. I don't want that to happen. From a neutral, this is coming from a neutral perspective. I would like to see Arsenal win the league. I would also like to see Liverpool win. For the sake of Klopp leaving the club, I think it would be a good send off. But honestly, it's really hard to say who is going to win the league. But let me know your predictions down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hit a like and subscribe to the channel. If you are new, I appreciate all the love and support that is being shown through these videos. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I post a lot of updates on news and soccer news and football news that is going on around the world. So follow me on there. All the links are going to be in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.